So this is a sample of the cable stitch that I did on the loom, and I will be showing you how to do that. So I am only going to do 9 stitches, and we're going to start by casting off. And if you do not know how to cast off on a loom, then I will make a video for that, show you how to cast on. Make sure you don't go too tight on the first row, because then you'll tend to have a blanket that curls. Okay, and then we put the loop there. And then what we're going to do is a row of just knit. And we just give it a little tug. Now when we come to the end, we are going to twist our yarn, and I'll show you why in a little bit. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then we're going to start with the pattern. And the pattern is a knit and a knit on both ends. The next one will be a purl, and to do a purl, you're going to bring your yarn forward, and you're going to go ahead and put your yarn through that hole and pull it tight. And then we're going to go with the next 2, which are knits, stitches. So a knit and a knit. And then we're going to do another purl. Again, bring it forward, bring the yarn forward and through the hole. Make sure you're pulling that tight. And then another knit and another knit. And then you're going to go ahead and do a purl. Move it forward. And there you go. And then your end stitch, again, is a knit. And you're going to take it and you're going to twist that yarn. Make sure those end stitches are nice and tight. So this first one we did was a knit, and now we're going to take the purl. We have that loop, and we're going to push that yarn through there and make a purl. And then knit, knit, and purl. Then knit, knit. Now we're going to do the purl. Now the purl is a forward stitch, and the knit is a backward stitch, which means the loop comes off forward and the yarn goes in forward. Where the knit is behind, and here's an end one where we twist it. Okay, so that's 2 rows. Now we want to have 5 rows in total of the knit purl combination. So we're starting our row 3. So again, a purl, two knits, a purl, which again is up forward, and then the purl, the knit, knit, purl, and then your end stitch is a knit, which we need to twist. Okay, now we're on row 4, all over again. Purl, knit, knit, purl, knit, knit, purl, knit. And don't forget to twist that yarn. Now here we have our purl that came off, so we just put that loop back on. It happens. So now we're on our last row. And we do purl, knit, knit, purl, knit, knit, purl, knit, and twist. Okay, for the 6th row, this is going to be our crossover row. So we knit the first like we did. Now we're only twisting the yarn on the 2 ends. And the reason we do that is to make a nice braided edge. So that's the only place that we will twist it. So the purl will stay the purl. And then you're going to take your 2 knits off and you're going to lay the first one down and you're going to cross over your thread to the second. You're going to grab the second stitch and you're going to cross that over. And then you're going to grab that first stitch and you're going to go ahead and knit it and you're going to put it over on the second peg there. And then this will remain a purl stitch. The purls will stay the purls. Then we're going to pull these off again. We're going to lay down our first knit stitch. We're going to cross over, grab that second stitch, and we're going to put it on the peg, pull it tight, and then we're going to grab that first stitch, knit it, and put it back on, and there will be the crossover. And then you're going to purl. And then again, with the knit, twist that thread to give that nice braided edge that we have here. And then you're going to do 5 more rows of the purl and the 2 knits. So we have a purl, knit, knit, purl. Then knit, knit, purl. And knit. Or we're going to go ahead and twist that. So with a loom, the stitches are a lot tighter. And you're not going to see that design like you would if you were hand doing it until you take it off the loom. So we're going to go again. This is row 2. We're going to purl. Then knit. Knit. Purl. Knit. Knit. And purl. And then twist your end. So now we're on row 3. Purl. Knit. Knit. Purl. Knit. Knit. Purl. And then twist that over. Now we're row 4. Purl. Knit. Knit. Purl. Knit. Knit. Purl. And knit. Cross over. And we're on our last row. Purl. Knit. Knit. Purl. Knit. Knit. Purl. Knit. Twist that yarn. Okay, so we're going to do a crossover. So remember, the ends are always the knit. This will always stay a purl. So we do a purl. We take these 2 knits off. We lay down the first one. We cross over and grab that second one. Put that on that first peg. Pull tight. Grab that second stitch. Knit it just like you have been. You can see that crossover. And then we're going to do the purl stitch. And then we're going to take these 2 off, lay down that first one, cross over to that second one, and do that knit stitch. Just like a normal knit stitch, pick up that first stitch, and put that on the second peg. Then do your purl. And then your twisted end. Again, look at how nice that is, that braided edge. So now you're going to continue on with this for as long as you want, but you can kind of see the braided starting. And when you finish it up, your last row will be a row of all knit, and then you'll do your end, your border row. And that's how you do the cable stitch. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions,